Moxi Migration Day. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Moxie Monday. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, so you should be able to see that in just a quick second. That would be wonderful, and then we'll go ahead and get started with all the good news for today. Perfect. Thank you, Susie. Wonderful. Good morning, guys. So today's an exciting day. You've heard rumblings of things that were changing kind of with Zap and Moxie, and our training team have just kind of been trying to hit all the areas where we need to when it comes to the ASCs and the RSCs and the training and kind of getting people ready and prepared in advance. So guess what? Today is actually Moxi Migration Day. So we're excited, and I'm actually going to give you guys a sneak peek. So for you guys, just so you're understanding, basically what's going to happen here, we've been on Moxie now since 2020. So it's been quite some time. We were able to go in and kind of really understand the platform. Since then, the brand itself has seen the success and has now actually opted to merge over to Moxie as well, for the entire brand as well. So what we're actually doing today, we are actually merging over to the Anywhere Real Estate Moxie platform. So if for you guys that may not be aware, Anywhere Real Estate is actually the parent company for Coldwell Banker. And so essentially it's still the same Moxie, but the benefit that we've got here is we're going to now have all the bells and whistles we had before, but now we're going to have enhanced content. There's going to be a single sign-on option, so kind of removing extra things you guys had to log into before, so that's good. And then you know what? It's now going to be integrating your leads. So instead of having an alternate location to go in to check those leads out, it's going to be merged right into Moxie Engage. So lots of great things. So let's jump in. I'm going to kind of go in and just give you a quick little preview and kind of fly through this as we can. We're going to record this session as well and make it available for you guys. Right now, it is actually Monday, March 6th. It is 10:18 a.m. For you guys to understand, what they're going to be doing is actually working on this and rolling this over this evening. So as of today, you're going to see the same Moxie that you would have seen for the previous 2 years. Come tomorrow morning, there will be the new platform. So let's go over the starting point of where and how to log in so that you're familiar. Now, we have a benefit within the company of already having one of our platforms roll over. So I'm actually going to be showing you the actual program or platform you're going to see tomorrow morning. First and foremost, as you guys know, we have a Moxie Square in Schmidt Resources. That's going to stay there. Nothing's going to change. What you would notice at the top here is we had a login here that was a clickable link, and it directed you right into the Moxie platform. Now, we will be updating this, so this is going to change. We're going to update it on our end behind the scenes. So when you still come here, you are able to click on this link and it's going to redirect you. Now, the one thing that's going to change is we had a URL and it was my.schmidtresources.com. Because we are pulling away from an existing platform and moving over to a couple others, we're actually no longer going to be using that specific direct URL. The change that will happen for you is we're going to streamline to a single sign-on going through Desk. So Desk is actually the Coldwell Banker brand platform, and now that is going to be your new sign-on point. So let's reiterate. You can still come here to the Moxie Square and click on this. This link is going to be updated as of tomorrow, and it's going to redirect you to take you to Desk. Now, if you're going to go to Desk directly, it is mycbdesk.com. Please take note of that if you are not familiar with it and you haven't been there yet. It is mycbdesk.com. You will log in here using your Coldwell Banker sign-on. If you're unfamiliar with what that is, please see your ASC or RSC and they can help you get that appropriate logon. So as an example, I'm no longer using the old sign-on I used to use for my Moxie account, which for me was my company email, elizabeth.glass@cbschmidtohio.com. Because this is actually a brand tool, we're using a brand login. That's the specification here. So I'd be using my elizabeth.glass@coldwellbanker.com login and that password. So please note your your login and your password previously existing for Moxie will not work past today. Tomorrow you will start signing in through Desk directly using your Coldwell Banker login. Now, if you notice here, we've got all the other bells and whistles the brand offers. So if you're coming in here to marketing, the learning center, you're kind of used to coming in here. So now you're going to be in here daily. Now what we're going to do is you're going to see there's a Moxie Work Square. For some reason, if you're not seeing it populate, when you go in here, and remind you, this is going to be ready for you guys tomorrow, when you click on this here, you're going to see Moxie work. But if you don't see it, it's as simple as coming in here and just typing in Moxie, and it would help filter it out for you so you can actually pull it forward and let it show on your home screen, and you can move this to wherever you want. What I'm going to do is go ahead and click right in here, and I'm going to show you that it's now logging you in directly to your Moxie account. That's why you no longer need that old password and user ID that you needed prior for Moxie. Now, look at this, guys. The great news is it's the same thing. You're not losing things. We're only getting new extra benefits. But I do want to kind of look at a couple of things that are going to be a little bit different, just so you guys are understanding, so we can just move and fly forward with this new product here, platform. I'm in the My Account section in Moxie. Same thing you've always seen. And to get where I am here, you would go in the upper right-hand corner, click on your agent icon, and then you're going to come down to where it says My Account. That is how it's going to load you to where we are. Now, up until tomorrow, this section here, personal info, contact info, web info, and your headshot, were all updated by clicking on the little blue edit pencil, and then you can just fly your information in there. The change that we have now is we've actually streamlined. This is now connecting our products behind the scene, our platforms and our tools that we use, Dash and Account Tech. For you guys that are agents, don't worry about that. Basically what that means is we now have all of the different functions, platforms filtering together. So our ASCs are now going to be updating that information for you, because they're going to be able to have all of your information on one platform, and it's going to fly to all the others. So anything that you want to update for personal info, contact info, web info, or your headshot, you're going to be able to very quickly just ask your ASC, and they're going to be able to update that for you. The great news is they already are aware of this, and they're ready to do any updates you guys need to. When they actually create the account from the beginning, they're actually going to do all this stuff for you in the beginning. So it'll actually help you get set up faster, especially if you're a new agent. Now, if you can take your eyes to the left side, this is where we are right here, this profile section, because that's what's highlighted in blue. The only other thing that some of you may need to do, depending on which office you're in, this account settings right here, this is where you can either give us access, so your ASC or your training team or your RSC, you can give us access to your Moxie account. So on a pinch, if you need us to jump in, we can go in right as you and then help you troubleshoot. Now, we have already instructed the ASCs to go in and kind of take a screenshot of everybody they already have delegated access to. So they might be reaching out to you, but if you want to just kind of jump the gun and you already know you've given myself, someone on the training team, or someone else access, you can go ahead and redelegate. But for the most part, a lot of you are going to be still staying in our system, and we won't need to do that. But just a heads up, if you've already gotten a request from us before, it's not like scam or anything like that. It is us asking for it again. And again, that's a 2-second process. Just lets us get into your system here pretty quick. So that's it as far as just the changes. Now let's go in and take a look at the added benefits and the bonuses. Please take your eyes to the top of the screen. At the top, we have a navigational panel, which is, again, the same you've always had. Present, engage, my website. Now, what I actually am going to point out is the hub that you had here is not going to be here. That is where we had all of the links for our other platforms, built-in SSO, single sign-on. Where it's going to move, please watch my cursor. Take your eyes to the right, all the way over here. That same icon in the top right-hand corner, your agent icon, when you click on that, you're going to see an option that says external links. Disregard these other couple things in here. You guys are going to see my account and external links. When you click on that, please know we are in the background here. The systems are getting built and put in here, so there might be a little a lapse of what you're seeing in here today and tomorrow and the next day. But you're going to have all of those links here. So it's exactly the same. You're just not going to have the button that says hub at the top. But we are going to still allow you to have the single sign-ons everywhere else. And again, diligently working in the background for those things. So that's the one thing with the on the top navigational panel that was there that's not going to be. Something that is there that was not on there is Impress, and I'll show you guys that in just a little bit. What I'm going to do, jump right now, I'm going to actually basically go in and I'm going to show you some of the extra added on templates and content. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go into Moxie Present. This is your presentation tool, your comparative market analysis, buyer tour, seller tour, all those goodies. So what we've got here, when you come in to make a presentation and you click Create New, just like before, guys, Moxie works the same. So you're not learning anything new. There's nothing new to learn except we're showing you where the new content is. So exactly the same as anything else. If I would select one of these options to pick a type for a presentation, the other, the benefit that we have now, we have our brokerage templates, but you're also going to have the new updated, streamlined Coldwell Banker branded templates. So when it builds the presentation, it's going to have that new content. And the blessing here is with Present and Engage and website, it's going to have their newest campaigns. So maybe the stuff you're seeing on TV and social media, those stats, they're going to be refreshed and clean. And because it's connected to the brand each year, it's going to update automatically for you as well. So that's when you're creating a new one. But let's go into your pre-existing templates, or even when you're building one, I want to show you where the extra content lies in the library. So if you're in Present and you're building a presentation, obviously you would build these very quickly, but I'm actually jumping to the end of the presentation because I want to show you where to receive the extra content to fluff your presentation. So if I'm coming in here and I'm clicking Add Page, I'm going to say Add from Library. This is where we've shown you in all the previous trainings, and we will show you these in our future trainings. But right here, this is where if I clicked on Coldwell Banker, this is going to give me all of that specific brand content that is new and updated. So let's take a quick little peek here. There are specific content pages for recruiting. So this one's for a seller presentation. This one's for a buyer presentation. There's more for recruiting. But look at this, guys. This is a cool option. Right here, there's actually a Spanish seller. So we've got now new bilingual options. And if you can jump in here and take a look, you'll be able to click on any one of these and just very specifically you'll be able to see individual pages of all of this content. But then essentially, as you're coming in here, if you want to use this new updated content, you're just simply going to click on the little add button in the top right, and then you can add that information or that slide to your presentation. So please know today is just an overview of what the options are going to be, not an individual training of each tool. So please tune in with us over the next couple of weeks. We're going to be redoing training on Engage and Present and websites, and we're going to show you the setup of all this. Today, I'm just showing you where all the extra goodies are. So that's where the extra goodies are for Present in your presentation pages. You can take some time in the next week or so to jump in and look at the new content. The next tab I'm going to click on the top navigation panel is Engage. This is your CRM, your client relationship management tool. It's where your people are going to go, whether you've met them or not. It's going to be where your contacts can receive campaigns from. It's where you track your activity, all the good stuff. Now here is what you're going to see different, and here are the benefits within Engage. Please take your eyes to the top right. If you see this Migrate to Engage button, for those of you who have not had an opportunity yet to pull your information, let's say your contacts, over from Zap, you'll be able to click on this button and then pull and migrate your data over from Zap. If you've already done that with Zap, you're a step ahead and you can jump in and start using the platform, no issues. So that's just one thing you guys will see here. The other thing I want you to see is when you go into People, My People, this is where you put all of your contacts, whether they're prospects or actual clients. This little guy right here, see him in the middle here at the top? Message with WAVV. Okay, so this is going to be a texting option that's built in. Now, I know that's going to intrigue some of you. I do want you to know that we have not as a company looked into this, nor do I think we're going to even do this anytime remotely soon. There is actually a way you can click on this because this is going to be something that as a company-wide, we are not looking at right now, but individually as an agent, if you personally wanted to look into it, it's going to give you a demo, tell you a little bit about it, but I do need you to know there is an additional cost on that. That would be an expense to your own, for your own business and independently. But that's what that is, just so you guys are familiar with why you see something new in there. Now, let's jump into campaigns because I'm just going to show you the new campaign content. So I'm going to go ahead and close out of this. So just like before, you are going to have an area where it says your contacts or your campaigns in here. And just like before, there's going to be a big blue button in the top right that says Add from Library. Those are where the pre-existing campaigns are living. So when you click on that, you're now going to have all of this new, really great content directly even from the brand. And remember, we're also doing, see this national campaign, we're also pulling in the campaigns they're actually utilizing in TV, on social media. So you're doing connective marketing. So if they're seeing things, let's say on TV or social media, and you're using some of that connective marketing, it's that recognition that's going to help people tune in more to you. So we're very happy about that. All of these things in here, as you can see, there's quite a few. There's homeowner in here, there's holidays, there's some for sellers. There's some that are testimonials. Again, we've got recruiting ones in here as well for those of you who are managers. There's just a lot of different options in here for FSBOs and cold sellers, we've got renters. So selling virtually, cold buyer, active buyer, just a lot of different things you can check from. And again, it's the same concept where you would hit preview, you can take a look at it and see it first. And then when you're done taking a peek at it, you would just actually come over here to the right and then click add campaign. So that's where your new beefed up content is going to come from in Engage. So you can now take these and quickly put your sphere, your context on these new campaigns. And again, they're linked through, so they'll update and refresh with the new year as the new year comes. So that's Moxie Engage. I'm going to jump into the website tab. Again, all of this information is going to be the same. And for you just to understand, everything that you had in your existing Engage as of today and for the last 2 years, so all your contacts, your website, all the things that you already have set up and ready to go, they're still coming. So I want you just to imagine like 2 blankets, right? One of them's got all the picnic table stuff on it. We're going to pick all that stuff up and just put it on a new blanket. So it's essentially the same thing. We're just putting it on a new platform. So you're not going to have to upload context. You're not going to have to redo anything with your site. Everything should be good to go. The only one direction from that is if you have a specific vanity URL domain you've bought. I'm actually going to show you where an email that Carrie sent out this morning to all of you was. And that's going to kind of go a little bit more into detail with that. There might just be a step that you might need to do there just to kind of redirect things. So it's coming to the new platform site. But again, it's all pretty simplistic and easy. And we have a great team built in to even support you guys through that process as well. So again, the website, as you saw here, when I tapped on that website button, it pulled up the same thing. Again, you're losing nothing here. Here is what you're gaining now from actually moving over to this new platform. If I were to come up here and let's say I'm going to build a new page, right? So you could do a new page, a post, or a template. We're going to show you, I'm going to come in here. This is actually the page builder. So as you know, we have websites that are fully functioning. They're ready to go. You don't have to customize anything. You can customize a little bit, or you can do full-on customization with actual custom pages. That's where the brand content's coming in. So for those of you who are creating new custom pages, this is what the layout looks like. It's exactly the same. There's nothing new to learn. The benefit is when you come over here, and this is all the stuff you can add in. Okay, let's take a look at the first one here, modules. Okay, these are like your added tools or your added little things you can put into your websites. So even if you have a custom page that's already made, you can still pull things in. There's going to be some extra features over here that you might not have seen before or you don't see as of today. So we're going to keep our eyes on this because this is where those things will come from. If you take a look here where it says group and I click on standard modules, and then it goes into advanced modules and widgets and saved modules. Those are just all, again, different features you can add in here just to give you an idea. Google Maps, you can have a marketing button, interactive banners, you can have photo galleries, you can have separators, you can pull testimonials in, you can have videos. There's just so much great stuff. But what I want you to know, which is kind of cool, okay, so we have taught you guys how to do the move meter through Coldwell Banker, right? So that's an interactive tool where the user gets to come in here and they get to actually see the difference from one city to the next and get data that's accurate to what they need to decide if they want to move or not. Now, in the past, I've shown you how to actually take that and integrate it into your website, but because of the way that the brand built it, it could navigate them back to the brand. We don't want that essentially in the long term, and we knew that was going to be a short-term fix. Now there's actually a brand update where we're going to have a new, I don't know if they're going to call it a module or a widget, one of these options that you're going to see in here is going to be an option from the brand where the move meter is going to be in here. So when you put it into your website, it's actually going to be branded to you and take them into your website instead of redirecting somewhat through the Coldwell Banker brand. And if you've heard me talk before, I like that because I want people on your site clicking your pages, because every time they do that, it increases your SEO. That's your search engine optimization. So that means when I'm Googling you on Bing and Yahoo and all those places, I want to see you come up on page 1. These are the things here, these things that we're showing you, utilizing these, adding in these widgets, making your sites valuable. Those are the things that are going to increase your flow of who's coming, which increases your value, which increases your view on Google, Bing, and Yahoo when people search you. So all of this stuff's going to come out in training. Keep in mind that I don't see it as of today. I did check with somebody at the brand, and the tentative launch date for that move meter to be an individual option for websites is tentatively, as of now, March 13th. So we're going to keep our eyes on that and take a peek and see if we can see that. Now that's the modules, the added stuff in here. If you take your eyes over to the right, this option that says templates here, if you've been here before, you know this is great because it pre-builds all of the website for you. You literally just get to pick a template that has the look you want, and then you basically just click on a section and update it with your information, and bam, you've got a beautiful custom site. Now here's the benefit to now merging over to the new platform. Okay, take a look at that. So here are the Moxie Works templates. That's what we're looking at now. Landing pages, you've seen those before as well. Content pages, you've seen that before as well. So if you haven't been here, please do this because there are so many different page layouts. It's just going to help you build what you want, and you do not need to be a graphic designer, nor do you need to be skilled at stuff like this. It's a pretty simplistic thing to work through. What I'm going to show you here is the brand templates that we did not have access to. So these are content specific to the brand, pulling that data in, whether it's from campaigns or whether it's pulling in features of your website. So whether it's the move meter or something specific that your site does, these are now new brand templates that can pull that in and utilize that information as well. So as you guys can see, there's a good amount of things in here. So that's going to be some of the new features within the website. We're going to start to see some modules and some widgets and tools coming in that we didn't have access to before, that the brand is helping implement. And then again, in the template section, we're going to have some enhanced content there as well. So I know we are at 10:38 and I've gone over quite a bit, but I want to cover a couple real quick things. So I'm going to jump out of the website tab right now, and I'm going to take you back to the main screen. So what we've covered very quickly is I've just made sure that you guys know that this main section here, your content, your information, that's now going to be updated from by your ASC RSC. They can do that for you very quickly. On the account settings tab, you may possibly receive another invite from your ASC RSC or somebody on your training team like myself, Harry, JD, anybody. We might be sending you a request. It is okay. Go ahead and accept it. And it's just so we have the access to help you when you need. We've talked about where you can go in and see the new content for Moxie Present, your presentations. I've also shown you where you can get some new campaign materials and some different features in Moxie Engage, your CRM. And I've now just shown you where you can see the new content for websites. One thing I'm going to talk to you about now, which you're not familiar with seeing in Moxie, but you are familiar with seeing in Desk, is this new button here that says Impress. For those of you who paid attention to last year when we were conversating with some of the changes here, we mentioned that we had a tool through the brand called e-marketing. And it's basically like an online marketing center that helps you make flyers and newsletters and brochures, videos, social media, and it lets you connect with things online. So you can actually post directly to social, you can post to blogs and all those kinds of things. So basically it's just a marketing center. It is now connected through Moxie. So as you guys can see, I was in my Moxie, I clicked on Impress, and then it pulled me out and took me into that marketing center. So if you're not familiar with e-marketing, please know it's simplistic in its nature, where I can actually click on the type of product I want and it's going to filter it and streamline it for me. It is connected to the MLS, just like Moxie is. So all of this data is going to be able to fully pull in, and you'll be able to have all of it plug in like pictures and your data for your MLS and make these flyers and content for you. What we've noticed in the past with e-marketing is when you set up your profile in the top right, it would start automation. So if I put a listing in through the MLS and I have obviously, I have to put my data in there, right, in the MLS and my pictures, it would take all that and it would automatically create an entire portfolio folder for me, inclusive of a just sold or just listed flyer and all the content that I would need. And all I would have to do is come in here and then share it to social media. So all of this is working to where it's now built into Moxie instead of having to go externally through Desk, which is what we had to do before. This is Desk. Before we would come in here and then go into e-marketing. It is now essentially part of Moxie Engage. So it's just helping us expanding our footprint as far as how we can market and what's built in technology to help us to do so in an easier way. So that's an additional benefit you guys will see. Obviously, we're going to just implement this into the training as things are coming up now. But again, if you've used e-marketing in the past, it's going to be the same tool and product. Just obviously, they're going to have new content in here from the brand as things roll out as well. So let's go back to our roster. Now, we've covered a lot as far as the bells and whistles of where you can go to see the new great stuff. One thing I want to talk about now is leads. So this is where we're going to end off the call. Prior to this, we had leads going through Lead Router, and agents would be kind of caught in between Moxie and Zap because they liked Moxie, they wanted to use Moxie, but their leads were filtering through to Zap. So they kind of had to use two different products for a while. We were rolling you over to this product on purpose because we knew things were going to change. So now what we've got in here is we've actually got a new tool that our ASCs and RSCs have been very much a part of understanding and learning throughout the last couple of weeks, and it's called Leads Engine. For you as agents, don't worry about it. You don't need to know about it because you don't have to do anything except now go into Moxie Engage. So the great news is as we have these leads pulling in, and we're going to have more training on that for you guys as well. But as these leads now pull in, they're actually going to be in your Moxie Engage. So you already know Moxie Engage is your CRM. You're putting your people in it, your sphere contacts and your clients. Now, our new routing system for leads are also going to filter in the leads from these new sources directly into Moxie Engage, which is a hallelujah for most of you. It's no longer going to several different things to log in. Our whole concept here is streamlined. We're starting in Desk. Moxie's now in Desk. We now have the leads built in through Moxie Engage. And as you're in Moxie Engage, if you want to get credit, so for those of you who are familiar, let's say you have a lead sent to you and you want to accept it. The good news with that is that it actually lets you use the activity that you do in Moxie Engage as activity, so you don't have to go somewhere else and mention or report that you've actually worked that client, so you don't lose that lead in any way, shape, or form. So as you guys can see in here, just as an example account that I have here, there's 1,062 people. So essentially what this would be is this would be made up of the people that I have added myself, and then also subsequently the leads that were offered to me that I'm now working through the system. So again, streamlined, enhanced content. We're hoping this is a better user experience, and even for the ASC, there's just less kind of hoops that they have to jump through to kind of set things up for you. It's kind of a one-stop shop. We put everything in one place and everything filters out. So everything should be really working better for us. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to plug in here. You guys all received this today. And if you're on the call and you didn't, please know that we do send it out through our company system, and there are agents that have opted out of it. So if you're on the call and you're an ASC, please make sure you take this and directly forward it to your agent. It's very important information. Our team has been trying to just hit all the different angles we can to be prepared and to help you prepare. Now, here's what I would like for you guys all to do. Now, again, you're not going to have the new access to everything I showed you until tomorrow. So today is a good opportunity for you to take a couple minutes and look for this email coming from the Schmidt family of companies. It is the Blue Matters Monday. It just reiterates kind of what I've told you guys today. But why I want you guys to really focus in on it here is because the leads now are coming from a new source. And we want you to have this phone number right here and this email put into your phone specifically as a safe contact, and put in here that it's from Leads Engine, because when you receive a lead, this, and it's through the phone system, you're going to get it from this number. And if you don't program your phone, you might not know it's from the right from your leads, and you might miss a lead. So the same thing as your email. And then if you just take a quick little second here, there's a video that Carrie has very wonderfully done for us as well, just kind of mentioning some of the stuff I said, but she's going to talk to you a little bit more about the leads part of it. And then that leads engine launch that's actually happening, at the same time in collaboration with Moxie. So the great news is that there's nothing new to learn. You just have to jump in here and put your information in here, but there's just new places to look, actually existing places to look for new content. Question that I see in here, it says, should we as ASCs have the Moxie Square on desk already, or will that be live for us tomorrow? Great question. To be honest, that Moxie Square has already been there for you guys in desk for, I don't even know, like a year, or actually, almost half a year. So the reality is that it should already be on desk. Now, it was there. We just were not using it as a company because we were not on their platform. So if you're not seeing the Moxie Work Square, great question, by the way, Mercedes, you're going to come up here. And if you look in the search bar here, see how it has a drop down next to everything? You can say apps right here, and then you can start typing in the word Moxie, and then it's going to help you get to that app so that you can pull it forward here. Now, in the scenario where you don't see it here and you go to click the button that says show more and you don't see it at all, and you try this add app button here, or you try looking it up here, and it's not showing up for you, it's a simple message over to the help desk for CB Desk, and they can actually go ahead and just release that and put it on there for you. That's not something that happens often, but I've had that happen to me periodically here and there with a certain app or two, and they fix that very, very quickly. Great question. But you should be able to see it today. Now, if you guys click on this today, just know that it's not going to be exactly the same platform you're going to see tomorrow. The reason I'm doing it and successfully able to is because we already have an existing group that's on this platform, and I'm signed in with them. So that's why I can do it, but you guys will be able to do it tomorrow. And then what are you, as you said, can I have that email for them, please? So are you looking for the CB Help Desk email? I'm assuming there's a couple things you actually have at the bottom of your CB Desk screen. There's actually a help button, which actually allows you to right there. If you guys can see my screen, it says call or request help, or you can chat with them. So that's actually how you're going to get immediate contact with CB Desk, my request help. So great question. I'm going to go ahead and I think we'll end the session for today. Please stay tuned for us if we have any other questions, but I would encourage both you and if you're an ASC, to encourage your agents to just start jumping on our trainings within the next couple of months. The content of how we show it's going to be the same, but maybe if you want to take a peek of us setting up a presentation with the new templates, we'll cover all that as well. Thank you guys so much. We are excited for the new transition. If you have any questions or problems tomorrow or whatever, when you start getting in here, please make sure you reach out to us so we can help you and get you going with your business and use the product. All right, guys, we are all set. Thanks so much. Have a great day and a great and blessed rest of your week. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.